Hello everyone, we have a breaking exclusive news story from the Movie Fake News Broadcast Network. I'm Bill Richmond.
And I'm Tom Monahan.
We have just found out from a source of a source to another source that David Zaslav has offered Ben Affleck all the money that he cut from production budgets and the entire budget of the Wonder Twins movie for him to return as Batman.
That seems like a bit much there, Bill.
They want him to lead a huge crossover event titled Final Crisis of Infinite Multiverses of Madness with No Way Home.
That title just rolls off the tongue, Bill.
This has been an exclusive breaking news story from the Movie Fake News Broadcast Network. I'm Bill Richmond.
And I'm Tom Monahan.
Bringing you breaking movie news you should not take seriously. Well, hello, children. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. May 24th, Tuesday. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody doing good? Everybody doing fine? Hopefully we're doing good. Everything's looking good. All right. I'm wearing my Giants hat and a Metallica shirt because it's Metallica night over in Giants Stadium, and they need the help. They need the help, guys. They're on a bad losing streak right now, and they're playing the Mets, which is my buddy's favorite team. And I already owe him a bottle of bourbon. I don't want to have to owe him two, guys. So putting out that good juju out there. Anyways, what's happening, guys? Who's out there? What's going on? We got Raquel. Of course, we got Fear Jason right here. Good to see you, Mr. Jose. Yes, I know. Yes, yeah. It sucks. It really sucks. But hey, we could still talk movie news and movie stuff and discussions and everything. What's up, Tony Movie Chappie D9 Neil Blomkamp fan? Yes, always good to see you. JD McRae, always good to see you too. Yeah, possibly. Full frontal. I know. Like I said, I'm still trying to go for it too. What's going on, Jesse? We got Andre Porter right here. What's up, sir? All right, we got Tony. Tomorrow was asked if he spoke to Zach about Amber Heard. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about that. For sure. Stephanie is here. Sauce! What's going on? Tony! How's it going? We got Miss Rosemary here, too. Always good to see you. Oh, jumped up a little bit. Yeah, we got BT. What's going on there, buddy? That's right, Master of Puppets. Woo! What's going on, Amparo? How you doing? Thank you. Metallica, that's right, guys. Metallica! What's going on, Scotty? Good to see you. Hey, Eric. Hey, how's it going, buddy? All right. So, people coming in right here. Let me make sure that's off. All right, guys. Whew. Yeah, where's the tea? Hey, look at that. Stephanie T. I don't know why it says new member. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still trying to work that the kinks out when it comes to the new little feature when that pops up. But you're actually a 13th. You're a member. You've been a member for 13 months. So, yeah, I don't know why it still says, hey, new member. It's like, no, she's been here for over a year. Come on. And come on, technology. Anyways, guys, make sure you smash that like, thumbs up. Do all that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you got that notification bell on. Up. Look at that. I haven't watched X yet. I haven't. Mr. Jacob, I know you keep busting my balls for that. Keep busting my balls. We got Captain Gator Girl right here. Battery. That's my favorite song on the album. Followed by Disposable Heroes. And then, goddamn, I don't know. This album is perfect. This is what a perfect album is, okay? I'm not pointing at my nipples, all right? I'm just saying, this is a perfect album. I'm just saying. It's the best Metallica album. I don't care what anybody says. It's the best. So, anyways, hey, look at that. We got Lane here, too. What's going on, buddy? Keep him busy. What's going on, sir? We got Mr. Carey right here as well. So, yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed. Do all that. Hit that like, thumbs up. Make sure you do that. Hey, and also share. Share the streams, man. That's what helps. It all helps. If you want to share the stream, go for it. Share the stream, share the videos, share everything. Share the Film Junkee shots. It's all out there. But of course today it's been a slow news day today, but of course, You know, always got to find some topics. So obviously the topics are right here. We got this fucking cocksucker right here. We got this cocksucker's video right here. And then we're going to talk about the Flash costume and Supergirl costume and all the costumes and everything like that. And we're going to talk about this adorable motherfucker right here, this talented motherfucker, talking about the trench. And then we're going to talk about some more bullshit. Some more bullshit. Ugh. It's gross. So, cocksucker. Yeah, that's right. So, that's the topics for today. Hopefully you guys had a good Tuesday. Mine was pretty easy peasy. Work's been kind of easy right now. See, the thing with my job, and I kind of like, this is what I like about my job. First off, I work from home, which is great. But what I like about my job is like, there'll be like moments of like, oh shit, we gotta fucking go, and I can get a bunch of overtime, which is great. And then the following week, it's like, all right, just relax a little bit, just get this, you don't need to get that much work done. That's what it's kind of been like, especially after last week. And this is what I love about my job is the fact that, I didn't have to take a vacation day when I took Friday off to drive to Arizona for the weekend. I actually I told my boss, I'm like, hey, I could work 4 10s if you want me to. So I worked 4, 10-hour days just to get my full week. And he was perfectly fine with it, totally did it. We're all good, and I didn't have to take a vacation day for Friday. See, that's good stuff right there. You just got to love that. Thick and wolf. That's right. Thick and wolf. But, that's what you got to like about that. But anyways, guys. So, the sad part about today, though, the only thing that was sad about today, but, it wasn't anything great, but my neighbor hit my car today. Fuck. Because we have parking spots out there, right? And I guess when he pulled in, he just went boop and just kind of dinged the back of my car with his truck. Damn it. Yeah. So earlier today, he knocked on my door, we talked about it, looked at the damage is not that bad. I mean, it's like that little back part on the passenger side's a little dinged up. So I'm going to have to take it in. And he goes, hey, I'll pay for it. Don't worry. So that's good. That's good. So you got to love that. At least he told me, and then he said he'd pay for it, so we're all good right here. So I don't live in L.A., Tony. I don't live in L.A., so thank God, because L.A. is crazy. I live in a completely different county. I live about an hour and 20 minutes. If there's not that bad of traffic, I live about an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half out of L.A., so I'm not in L.A. I'm not in L.A. County. I'm in a different county, so... Yeah, so luckily I don't have to, because you start getting to LA, man. I mean, it's turning into Mad Max. It really is. It really is. I saw a video today that really went, I would never want to live in LA. I'm just saying, I would never want to live in that area because it's just getting worse and worse by the day, it seems. I would never want to do that. So I live out of LA. I live in a different county, thank God. So we're all good. Death Magnetic, did you just say Death Magnetic sucks? Rosemary, how dare you? Okay? Death Magnetic is the shit, all right? Every one of their albums is the shit. If you better not say Death Magnetic sucks. It was actually pretty damn great. Anyways, guys, all right, let's get the show started. Let's get to these tweets, huh? Let's see, do I have it all ready to go? Let's get to these tweets. All right, let's do it. Oh, forgot to turn that off. That's right. All right, let's get to the tweets. And here we go, guys. If you guys are playing framed.wtf, which is like Wordle for movie buffs, I guess you could say. It was very easy. Today's was very easy, but it made me hungry. If you haven't played yet, I won't say what it is, but yeah. If you haven't played framed.wtf, as soon as it came up, I went, oh, well, I know what exactly that is. And then I went, oh, damn, I want that now. So, yeah, it shows food. It shows food. Food. And, of course, there's that. Hey, we got some more Batman behind the scenes right here. You freaking psycho. It's a little behind the scenes of the chase and the Batman right there. I got to turn that on. All right. So that's always cool. And then speaking of Robert Pattinson... exclusive! An actual exclusive, not bullshit exclusive. Deadline right here said exclusive. Bong Joon-ho's follow-up film to Oscar winner Parasite is currently in pre-production at Warner Brothers Studios in Leavesden right here. So his sci-fi movie that's going to be starring Robert Pattinson in pre-production right now. This movie's going to be great. I already know. It's going to be great. How is this movie not great? Really? I mean, it's just everything's lining up, and I'm Parasite. If you haven't watched Parasite, that movie's phenomenal. I mean, like the fact that it won so many Oscars, well deserved, from Mr. Joon-ho. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this next one right here, like a sci-fi movie. Oh, come on, bring it! I'm ready for it. I'm definitely ready for it. Hey, we got some good art right. Oh, man. You got to love the internet. The internet works fast. So there was a lot of these, a lot of fan art when it came to Christian Bale and, of course, Gore. Obviously we saw the trailer yesterday. I reacted to it. And, I'm not the biggest fan of where Thor is right now. And I wasn't even the biggest fan of how Christian Bale looked in the movie. So, but, I just love all the American Psycho memes that have come out from this, and this is pretty cool right here. I love that shit. Really love that shit. I think we're going to be talking about this, right? Yeah, James Gunn talked. Yeah, we'll talk about that. That's part of the topics right there. Rita Moreno joining Vin Diesel's Fast X. She's going to be playing Dom's grandmother. That's right. Look at this. Rita Moreno, she's been in a lot. You've probably seen her in something. She's done a lot of TV work. She was in the original West Side Story, which, if anybody remembers that or anything. But, yeah. So we have another family member that's going to be showing up in Fast X, Dom's grandmother. All right, cool. The fucking Fast and ugh. Anyways, Great Scott! Apparently, Christopher Lloyd just tweeted this out today. I mean, I don't know why he tweeted it out. Is there significance to the date? I don't think so. I didn't really see anything like that. But hey, Christopher Lloyd just said, hey, I'm going to tweet out Great Scott, because that's his catchphrase right there, right? Of course. So why not? And then we got that. Thank you to Jason right here, JBat03. Tend to believe Dave last night on this live stream. David Ayer, in a way, tipped us fans off, and we need to make clear that is what we want, to release the Ayer cut and blah, blah, blah. To the level that release the Snyder cut reached. Yeah, this is what I talked about yesterday, the main topic. If you haven't watched yesterday's show, please do yourself a favor, watch it, because obviously, when it came to David Ayer's tweet right here, he's trying to pitch the fact that he wants to show us what he intended for Suicide Squad. And I tried to do that today when it came to the clips and whatever the hell. But, if you have some time, whatever. I'm not saying you have to do it every day. Or, if you're on Twitter, just tweet something out and use hashtag release the Ayer cut. We need to pump up the numbers for hashtag release the Ayer cut, okay? It needs to get to almost like, we got to try to get to the levels of release the Snyder cut. I mean, I know that was totally like a different kind of thing, different situation, but at the same time, let's not leave David Ayer alone where he's just like, yeah, well, I got my movie too. What the hell, Let's get those numbers pumped up a little bit, because, he's trying to pitch. He's trying to pitch it, guys. He's really trying to pitch it. There's been no conversations. Again, like I said yesterday, no meetings have been had. So don't believe all the scoopy fucking people out there that say, oh yeah, there's been meetings. There's been meetings with David Zaslav and David Ayer, and the first thing they said was, hey, your name's David. Hey, that's pretty cool. No, fuck that, all right? Any scooper out there that's been saying like, oh yeah, there's been meetings already with Zaslav and fucking Ayer, that's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. There has not. He is still wanting to get that pitch meeting, and hopefully he does. And it sounds to me like maybe that is going to happen, and you just got to look for it. You just got to look for it. Like I said yesterday, if there is a November 17th, 2019 event that is happening. That's when we got to just fucking go hard on the release the Ayer cut hashtag, because just like Zach, when he pitched to Warner Media and HBO Max for Snyder Cut, you know. So, anyways, thank you, Jason, for saying those kind words. Samuel L. Jackson has joined the cast of the new Garfield movie as the titular feline's father. So Garfield's going to have a father. Is he going to drop some motherfucker? Is he going to drop any of that? Or get close to that? So basically, you're going to have Chris Pratt's voice as Garfield, which I still think is not the best Garfield voice. I don't think Chris Pratt should be Garfield's voice. I don't know. Maybe it'll be okay. I think it'll be better than Mario. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But then you're going to have Sam Jackson as Garfield's father. So that'll be interesting. But hey, why not? Nothing wrong with that. Here's another cool piece of art right here. It even has a watermark. See? There's so many people that are like creating art and memes for Christian Bale's gore that has to associate with American Psycho right there. So that's right, Mark. Yeah, you're right. That is right. And hey, 22 years ago today, Mission Impossible 2 came out, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I love this movie, okay? Yes, it's ridiculous. It's over the top. It's John Woo, man. It's John Woo. And I love it. And remember, this motherfucker was supposed to be Wolverine. This guy was supposed to be Wolverine. Dougray Scott, I think his name is, right? He was supposed to be Wolverine, and he had to pass on it because he was going to be in this movie. It was because of this movie that he was not Wolverine. And, you know, some fucking scooper out there is going to claim that he's going to be Wolverine in, like, goddamn Thor and Love and Thunder or whatever the fuck, Secret Wars movie or something like that. That's going to be the next thing. But I love Mission Impossible 2. I love how ridiculously over the top it is. I love how it's John Woo. It is, you know, there's doves, there's slow motion, there's craziness. I love it. 22 years ago. Jesus Christ. Can't believe that. And yes, God is a woman, and her name is Haley Steinfeld. Let's all appreciate this photo shoot that Haley Steinfeld did, where she looks sexy and cute at the same time. Always that, right? Hey, Mama Film Junkie's here, as I'm, you know, gawking over Haley Steinfeld here. Good to see you, Mom. But yeah, there she is right there, just being, you know, adorable and sexy at the same time. Yes, I do believe. I agree. I definitely agree. So I posted this today. You guys remember when I made this? Yeah, I posted this. No caption, no nothing. I just posted this because why not? Because obviously he went on, you know, he was part of the testimony and whatever. And I made this because I just wanted to remind people that Zack Snyder in Rebel Moon has a character called Hamada, not Hamada, but Hamada, that has a spider body. So, you know, that's where this kind of came up right there. Yes, exactly. So, yeah. So I thought it was perfect, you know, just Photoshop his head right onto a body that is partly a spider, because let's face it, he is, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm terrified of spiders, but I did that. Yeah. I'm terrified by the hairy tarantula type spiders. That's what freaks me out. And here's another American Psycho meme right here. Killer looks, man. Yeah. See? The internet works fast, and I just love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it so much. I really do. So, and then according to Deadline right here says a high-profile superhero movie set to release in 2023 reportedly had 45 screenwriters working on it. Wow. Whoa. So they don't name what the movie is, but we're all assuming that it is a Flash, apparently. Even they are. Even Culture Crave right here is basically saying like, oh, yeah, it's a Flash. It's a Flash. Of course it is. Yeah, but they don't name it. Some people are even thinking that it had to do with the Crow reboot. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. I doubt that. I think it is The Flash because let's face it, there's been this movie has been in such limbo, like just directors, writers. It's been rearranged so many damn times. And, I think this is aiding to what is happening with Ezra. The fact that he's like just kind of losing it a little bit. There's a lot of pressure on him because let's face it, 45 screenwriters. I saw some really good jokes that said, oh no, it's not The Flash because The Flash had 100. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it did have 100, but yeah. So we're all just kind of assuming that yes, it is The Flash that had this many. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. Could be Sandman, yeah. Ben, maybe. I doubt that though, because when you have like the creator for it, I mean, he's still very much a part of it. I don't know, but it could be The Flash, could be something else, but I think we're all just kind of going, yeah, it's probably The Flash. 45 screenwriters, just, man. Which kind of makes you nervous, but at the same time, it's like, all right, well, in Muschietti, we trust. We trust. And then we have Jesse Allen, of course, calling it The Flush. Because children, how dare you. Anyways, so... oh, man, I just want to see the goddamn movie. I just want to see it. That's all. I just want to see it. Stephen Colbert right here. He was like, Zack Snyder's Zeus versus Zack Snyder's Zeus. Yeah, because, after the Thor trailer came out, a certain, Twitter handle was like, oh, look at what they did to Zeus. And it's like, well, there's been different iterations of Zeus. But at the same time, you're not wrong because, this was Zeus in Zack Snyder's Justice League. It doesn't have the color palette of Zack Snyder's Justice League because this is actually a screenshot from Justice League. Yeah, it's got that color palette, sadly, but it's okay. We get where we're going here. But yeah, then you got this Zeus right here. Both Zeuses are ripped, man. Ripped. I like it. You guys check out this trailer right here. Huh?
What do you know about the Sierra Pro?
You guys check out the Gray Man trailer. Looks good. Russo brothers. Ana de Armas. And, of course, we got Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans with a really awful mustache, of course. We saw that. Looks good. I'll be watching it. I'll do a review on it. So, I'm actually looking forward to it. So, yeah. Looks good. I like it. Inspired by the Batman poster, we got Dustin Lee Macy right here. So obviously we got the Batman right there, and then we got a Batfleck version right there, which looks really cool. Love that art. Of course, we'll talk about that. On-set photos of Joaquin Phoenix in the new Ari Aster's upcoming A24 horror movie called Disappointment Boulevard, which is going to be crazy, of course, but apparently it's going to be 3.5 fucking hours. But A24 wants a shorter version. Wow. Uh-oh. A24 wants to snip, wants to, cut off the balls of Aster's new movie. It's going to be interesting because look at Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, Jesus Christ. Look at him. I have no idea what this movie's about, but of course I'm going to see it, and it's probably going to be something magical. It's probably going to be one of those movies just like Midsommar, where it's like, all right, that was cool. I don't need to watch it again for a while, but, eventually I will. But yeah, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Jesus Christ. But they want to snip it down. So who knows what's going to happen with that. It's probably going to happen. Of course, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that too. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about. Here's a good meme right here. Don't underestimate the Force. And then, of course, Uncle Owen right here, and in Obi-Wan, he says like how you underestimated the high ground. Yeah, it's a good meme. Gotta love those good memes right there. All right, can we put this to bed right now? Because a lot of people yesterday, for some reason, this is what's kind of gross. It's gross. It really is. It's gross. Because a lot of people yesterday were going, oh my God, did Florence pew 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 pew? Did she dump Zach Graff? Like, did she dump him? Like, is that no longer a thing? And she's with Mr. Porter, who of course is going to be, you know, who's all been like beefed up and everything like that. She kind of clarified. She clarified it right here. She clarified that Mr. Zach Graff is there. He's there. And then, of course, Mr. Will Porter is also there, too. Apparently, they're all friends and everything, but people were making it seem like she dumped Zach and went for Mr. Porter. She went for Younger. Why do people hate the fact? And then, of course, she, tweeted or posted about her friend and everything like that. So, but yeah, a lot of people were just kind of going like, why do people just, okay, in a society that we're all just like, hey, love is love, man. Love is love. Why is it that those same people go, ew, why is Florence Pugh going out with this old guy? Zach, what? She's going out. She's with him? Ew, gross. Love is love, except when I think it's gross. Is that the way it is right now when it comes to this society? Yeah, we're all supposed to be like, all open and be progressive when it comes to love is love. But when an actress or an actor or anybody like that just goes like, oh, that's who you're with? Ew. It's like, shut the fuck up. First off, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yes, right? And, sometimes people just, get with people. Something, something just strikes you. Doesn't matter. It's always kind of funny. People even said that about like Hugh Jackman, like, oh my God, he's been with his wife for how long? And look at her. Oh my God. And compared to him, it's like, shut the fuck up. Jesus Christ. Love is love, right? Let it be. Let it be. I just hate that. She's going out with Zach Graff and, he's like in his late 40s, I believe, pushing 50. And a lot of people were just like, why the fuck is she with him? It's like, shut the fuck up. Let them be. They're in love. They're fine. It's all great. And then people were like celebrating that she was with Mr. Porter right here because he's young and he's a stud. He got all bulked up for his, the role that he's going to be doing soon in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. But it's like they're good friends. That's all they were. But it's just like paparazzi photos were making it seem like, oh my God, she's going, she's got a new guy. She's got a new guy. It's like, shut up. Jesus Christ. Sad. Hey, we got the logo for Echo right here because they tweeted this out. The slate right there. So you can see the logo right there if you want, there. That's what it looks like. So anybody who's excited for Echo, which I'm curious about it, yeah, there you go. There's a logo right there. Enough! Deborah Snyder, of course, talking about the events that happened today in Texas. It sucks. It's gross. It's whatever, Yeah, sucks. But, I saw that and I was like, all right, I'm going to retweet that because, And, the sad part about that whole, the whole thing, because if you guys didn't know, there was a elementary school shooting, which is terrible. When you hear that, it's like when you hear about any kind of mass shooting, it's like, it's terrible. But, when it comes to today, elementary school and the body count and everything like that, I don't even want to, it's gross. It sucks. But what I think what is more gross is when, when it gets all political right away, everybody starts pointing the fingers. It's because of you. It's because of you. It's because of you. Shut the fuck up. God damn it, man. I just hate that. That's why, I don't even want to engage when it comes to all that. But I thought, seeing that Debbie, posted that, I was like, someone put a screenshot. I retweeted it. But, man, it's just, yeah. It's really gross. 18-year-old, yeah. It's in the body count. Just seems like it's getting bigger and bigger. It sucks. It sucks that it's a society we live in, and of course everybody thinks they have like the they should do this. No, they should do this. Everybody thinks they have like the solution. but there's never going to be an absolute solution, sadly. It's just like what the fuck? I mean, the bad part about it though is the fact that it should have been on the radar, because I mean, he posted things on social media that kind of went, yeah, there was red flags, there was alarms, red lights, warning bells, and nothing happened. I mean, you could post something on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever the fuck that could get your fucking account suspended or banned. Stupid shit. But yet this guy was posting his guns and stuff like that, and it didn't get even fucking filtered or anything like that. It was like, I mean, that's the bad part about this whole thing. It's like, yeah, we're trying to find solutions and everything like that, but when it slips that he was actually posting things on, I think, his Facebook or whatever the hell, and nothing came about it. And like, you post something about COVID or post something about something else that's political, you can get banned just like that. But you post the guns that you have and saying some shit, nah, Facebook just goes, what? It's weird. It's fucking weird, man. It's just fucking weird. But I don't know. Everybody has the solutions, ban all the guns, but at the same time, it's like, well, there's a lot of illegal guns out there, so bad people still get them. There's all kinds of shit. Everything. Everybody thinks they have the solution, and it just never. We can never just do this. We can't do this. That's the problem. We can't do this. Just kind of come together. Let's figure out something that's gonna fucking actually be something. But whatever. Sad. Very fucking sad, man. Very fucking sad. Everybody just points the finger at each other. I hate that shit. Anyways, all right. So let's talk about this cocksucker. Let's talk about this video from Mr. Walter Hamada. Yeah. Let's talk about this right here. This is the main topic, of course. And yeah, I don't know if you guys saw this yet, but we're going to kind of break down this video right here of... don't you just want to kind of, I just want to flick his eyeball. Like, what are you doing? What is this guy? Ugh. All right. So apparently today it was shown. This is not a live video. This was because I remember we heard that he already did his testimony when it came to this trial and when it came to Amber Heard, and we heard about the things about oh yeah, they were not all about the chemistry between Jason Momoa and Amber Heard and everything. So this is actually pre-recorded. This is a couple months ago, to be honest. I think this is actually back in March, if I saw the date correctly. This was like back in March when they were asking him questions that were going to be part of this case right here. So let's kind of just go through it right here. Here we go. Make it big.
Heard from the Aquaman 2 contract? No. At any point in time from the beginning of history to today, did Warner Brothers rehire Ms. Heard for Aquaman 2?
No, because we just picked up her option.
And when is the...
By the way, I mean, what is Walter Hamada using Zack Snyder's dream lens? What the fuck is going on with his background? Ha! Sorry. Joke.
The last time you spoke with Rob Cohen relating in any manner to whether to exercise the option on Amber Heard for Aquaman 2?
No, it would have been the same time that I was having those conversations with Peter Safran.
So,
In 2020.
Ooh, Peter Safran.
did you speak with Zack Snyder at
Oh.
all relating to whether to exercise the option for Amber Heard on Aquaman 2?
No. I've not had any conversations with Zack Snyder.
Of course you didn't, you fucking dick. Because you don't like the guy. You didn't like what was happening. You didn't, for some reason, you just, yeah. You see that little, yeah, I didn't talk to Zack Snyder. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. Look at that. Slimy little weasel. Are you kidding me? Did you talk to Zack Snyder? No, I did not. It's kind of curious, too, because when it came to this case, some of us were suspecting that maybe Zach would have to actually testify too, because, you know, when it comes to the whole Warner Brothers thing, and, you know, and then him doing the additional photography that utilized Amber Heard and playing Mira again in the nightmare scene. But yeah, just the way that he says that, it's like, fuck. Yeah, of course. And yes, they have not had any conversations. You know, they have not had any conversations. Okay, there's a reason why I always refer to Walter Hamada as a cocksucker. Okay, there's a reason for that. And you could figure that out for yourself of why I've called that, you know. But yeah, it's like, yeah, Zach wants nothing to do with this guy. And I think Walter has, you know, he wants nothing to do with Zach. It's ridiculous, but it's just kind of funny. I saw somebody even going like, man, Walter Hamada should keep Zack Snyder out of his mouth. And I went, well, he's under oath. He's doing a testimony. And they asked him if he's talked to Zack Snyder. So he had to say Zack Snyder, but, you know, feelings.
Did you speak at all with Jason Momoa?
Jason
in
Momoa.
preparation for your deposition today?
No.
Have you ever spoken with Jason Momoa about any issues relating to chemistry between he and Amber Heard?
Yes.
When did you speak with Jason Momoa about chemistry issues between he and Amber Heard?
It would have been in that same time period where we were prior to green light of the movie.
Now,
Prior to green
you
light.
were asked some questions about scripts. Did you review any of the drafts of the script for Aquaman 2?
Yes.
When?
Part of my role is I read all the drafts of the scripts as they come in.
When was the first script for Aquaman 2?
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Blap, 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 blap,
I
blap,
cannot tell you. Probably in 2018, latter part of 2018 would be my guess.
4 years ago. Crazy.
And how many versions of the script had been written by the beginning of 2021 for Aquaman 2?
Oh, there were probably half dozen drafts of the script.
Sounds about right?
Right.
Normal.
All right, what, if anything, did Rob Cowan say to you about chemistry? What specifically about the chemistry between Amber Heard and Jason Momoa?
There it is.
Just the fact that they didn't really have a lot of chemistry together. You know, the reality is it's not uncommon on movies for two leads to not have chemistry, and that it's sort of movie magic and editorial, the ability to sort of put performances together, and with the magic of, you know, a great score and how you put the pieces together, you can fabricate sort of that chemistry. And so I think at the end of the day, I think if you watch the movie, they look like they had great chemistry. But I just know that through the course of the post-production that it took a lot of effort.
Sometimes not so much.
Sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very easy. You just put the, you know, characters on the screen together and they work. And sometimes it's harder. And so...
Can you give me anything more specific about what it was with Amber Heard and Jason Momoa that was difficult for the chemistry?
No, because it's like what makes a movie star a movie star. Like you know it when you see it, and the chemistry wasn't there.
Oh.
Now, you've used the term fabricated a number of times. What did you do to fabricate the chemistry between Amber Heard and Jason Momoa?
Well, those are just, it's editorial. You know, a good editor and a good filmmaker can pick the right takes, can pick the right moments, and put scenes together. Again, score is a big, you know, the music in the scene makes a big difference. It can make a happy scene feel sadder or a sad scene feel happier. And so it was sort of it's just the magic of post-production, editing, sound design, music, etc.
What do you mean by fabricating, though? I mean, were they literally falsifying, or were they just picking the best music? Let me just finish my question.
She's like, nah.
Were they picking the best music and picking the best looks because that's their job and that's what you do on every scene?
That is what we do in post-production. That's what filmmakers do. This is, on any production, you're doing that. You're putting performances together. Sometimes it's easier than others. This one was more difficult,
I'm sure it
because
was.
of the lack of chemistry between the two. But they were able to, James Wan and the editor were able to get it to a place where the end result actually works. And it's great.
And in fact,
Great.
that's
It's
the
great.
job of every filmmaker, right? Is to put all the
course.
combinations together to make the most successful production.
I love the lady
Absolutely.
asking the question.
Tell you what has been marked
That's
as
the job of a
exhibit number
filmmaker,
5.
right?
It's ALH 18247.
Oh, you know you're drinking booze. He's
And
drinking
this
booze.
is a text
Bet you
message
there's
exchange
vodka in
between
there,
James
bourbon
Wan
in there,
and
right?
Amber Heard. And you mentioned James Wan was the director of Aquaman 2. Is that correct? And
That's
Aquaman,
correct.
and Aquaman, the first one, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And James is texting to Amber on August 25, 2018. You rated really high with the audience! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Do you see that?
She did, of
Yes.
course.
This is August 25,
a bunch of
2018. What's going on August 25, 2018 that would cause the director to send a text message to Amber saying,
That'd be a test screening. So during our post-production of the movie, we test the movie with an audience, and the audience tells us what they liked and what they didn't like. And so that's what he's referring to there.
and they really liked Amber Heard, correct?
Yes, she did. She tested well.
It hit $1 billion.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Why?
And more
Why is
specifically,
that?
did you play any role in the determination to communicate to Amber's representatives that Warner Brothers was considering not exercising her option?
Yeah, probably in the sense of we had the conversations, and I believe, if I recall, we had that's where Peter Safran offered to reach out to the agent and express which direction we were leaning.
Have you seen any document that says there was any chemistry issues between Amber Heard?
Somebody write it
and
down on a
Jason
cocktail
Momoa
napkin
in
or anything
Aquaman
like
1?
that, maybe?
Documents? No, I mean, those were all conversations.
But if
Conversation.
Jason came back and James Wan came back, you were guaranteeing that Amber Heard would play Mira, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And
So
Jason
denying what
Momoa
she said.
Was able to negotiate a different compensation structure, was he not, for Aquaman 2?
That's true. He did renegotiate.
Now, Aquaman was the highest grossing DC film ever for Warner Brothers, was it not?
Yes, it was.
It's crazy. That still boggles my mind.
What
the
if
fact that
any
Aquaman is
issues
the
did you
highest
have
grossing.
with Amber Heard in Aquaman 2?
My understanding is actually the production went very smoothly.
Because she's barely in it.
Thank you. Your next witness.
And there it is. So there it is, guys. Walter Hamada talking right there. With his smug face. You know, you just want to just... You just want to do that, right? All right, so just kind of clearing things up. But yeah, that was pre-recorded. That was like 2 months ago that he actually recorded that. So it's not a new thing. It wasn't live. Just to just to let you guys know about that. But yeah, the Joker beat Aquaman. I thought Aquaman still had the lead. Joker was right behind it. So, anyways, so there you go. He kind of clarified that, and yes, he did talk about like how there was conversations about the fact that they didn't have chemistry, but at the same time, it was like, all right, but we still got to incorporate her. And what we found out yesterday, apparently, like James Wan and Jason Momoa fought for her to be in the movie, but of course, her role got diminished and diminished and diminished. But you know, it's just kind of interesting to hear from, of course, the cocksucker's mouth. You know. The cocksucker's mouth. Yeah, Aquaman earned more than Joker and also The Dark Knight. So yeah, so it was a big time success, which is crazy. But it's just, I mean, what sucks about Aquaman 2 is it's so plagued now, especially with all this, and who God knows if it's all working. I mean, James Wan is one of my favorite directors currently right now, and he had a, talk about a huge task to try to outdo the first Aquaman. And then, of course, you have all this kind of stuff. And from what we heard yesterday, I mean, things that might happen with Mara that keeps her out of the loop. And then, of course, they even mentioned today that that Aquaman 2 is basically supposed to be a buddy cop comedy, which a lot of people were not all about. I saw that today, too, and I went, okay. But it's... I wouldn't say, I mean, I don't know why they describe Aquaman 2 as like a buddy cop movie, because it's about two brothers. It should be like a brother road trip movie. Not a buddy cop movie, but a brother road trip movie, maybe? I don't know. That's what it should be talked about right there. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why they were like, oh, yeah, it was supposed to be, it was pitched as a buddy cop comedy. And I'm like, all right. Because, when it comes to the first Aquaman movie, I mean, the visuals are gorgeous. Everything's pretty damn good. But, yeah, the humor does fall flat a little bit. And hopefully it's, when it comes to the sequel, it's not going to be, like, too much humor that's going to hopefully James Wan's filmmaking is going to, like, kind of just go like, hey, guys, look at the visuals. It's pretty. Look at that. Yeah. He, remember the first one and how awesome he did Atlantis and the war and the fighting and stuff like that? That's going to totally outshine the kind of cringy dialogue that was part of the first one. I mean, there's some shots in the first Aquaman movie that are just fucking phenomenal, okay? The one shots, I mean, when Nicole Kidman's kicking everybody's ass, and then, like, the chase sequence when they're on the rooftop, there's a lot that is so working for that first Aquaman movie. But yeah, the humor does fall a little flat. A little bit, okay? Jason Momoa is a great lead. The charisma, everything is great. It's great. Now, I'm one of those people that can notice that, yeah, there wasn't the best of chemistry when it came between him and Amber Heard, okay? Maybe not everybody agrees with that, but I saw that too. I'm like, yeah, now that I think about it, it wasn't that great. It really wasn't that great. But now there's just got to be chemistry between Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson. And I think that'll be okay. I think that'll be okay. When you watch that final act of the first Aquaman, I mean, Jesus Christ. Good stuff right there. So, all right. And like I said, if it doesn't fall flat with you, that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You really enjoyed it? Cool. Great. I'm glad you did. But, to me, it was like a little bit like, sometimes. Okay. But, yeah. So there's the testimony from Walter Hamada. There he is right there. So, yeah. There's the guy. Now, is he still going to have his job now that everything's kind of, Discovery, Dave Zaslav? That is the question. We'll see. We will see. Fucking Walter Hamada. Whatever. Anyways, all right. So, there's an expo happening, and we got a new look right here at the licensing expo. Let's go ahead and start from the beginning. I'm just going to utilize some of these pictures right here from, Flash film news, I should say. They're the ones that, they've been posting about it, but here we go right here. Okay, so, okay, so right here. So there it is right there. There's a shot of the Flash costume right there. Now, it's not the best of photos. It really isn't. But I'm not going to lie that I think what a lot of people have a gripe about when it comes to the Flash costume, I think the biggest gripe that people have is the fact that it's the cowl. It's really the cowl right here. Okay? It really is. And, of course, there's the Supergirl costume right there. It's the cowl that is really the biggest issue. Even though it doesn't look as bad right here as, remember that shot in the little teaser that we got for DC Fandom? Yeah, when it was actually on Ezra, it didn't look that great. But, it doesn't look that bad right here. Definitely doesn't. But, sadly, the images aren't that, the quality is not the greatest. But I actually dig the costume. And of course, there's going to be like parts where it is here for sure. But you know, it's gonna be lit up. You're gonna see like the electricity kind of going through the suit and everything like that. So, you know, it actually adds to it. Makes it look like the Injustice suit a little bit better. You know, a little bit more, I would say. So, but I dig the costume. But yeah, the cowl is a little wonky. It really is. It really is a little wonky. And I think we all kind of agree with that. But yeah, there's both the costumes right there, just like next to each other. I think this is the best shot because the lighting's a little bit better, the quality is a little bit better. So yeah, licensing expo happening right now, and the WB section of it, of course, has like the Batman, has like the Bat bike, all that kind of stuff. I just wish that it actually had Ben Affleck's the Batfleck costume here, and then of course even the Michael Keaton costume. Why not have that? But I guess not. But whatever. It's fine. But yeah, being a Flash fan, being that he is, you know, probably my second favorite, third favorite maybe, I like this costume. But I will say this, that the best costume still, when it comes to a Flash costume, and of course I saw a lot of people today being like, oh yeah, you know, this is such a downgrade and blah, blah, blah. I still love the 1990s Flash costume. I don't care what anybody says. This costume still is my favorite Flash costume. Yes, I do dig what Zack was doing, and I understand it, and I love that costume too. The first costume, the Zack Snyder's Justice League Flash costume, love that too. But there's something about the 1990s Flash costume that is still my favorite. There's just something about it, the way it was built, the way it looks. I don't know. That's just still my favorite Flash costume. So, it's just me, you know. Oh, you're a Snyder hater now, fucking Dave. What the fuck? No, shut up. Shut up. I just like that costume. The 1990s version is so great. You know, he was huge. Made him look huge. Yeah, it was like a wetsuit, right? Yeah. But I'm like, you look at it, it's like, man, was that made with suede? Was it made, like, the fabric on the outside, was that suede? I don't know. And then, of course, his traps. The traps were, like, really huge, man, when it came to that costume. But I just love that costume, you know? And it didn't have yellow boots either. It had red boots. It had red boots, you know? He had red boots. So, I don't know. I just like that. So, that's still my favorite Flash costume. Yeah, I mean, you could pick it apart, sure, you know, but I just like, I don't know. I've always been a fan of that. But when it comes to the new one and seeing it displayed like that, you know, but it was just kind of funny because I even like tweeted about it. I was like, man, there's a lot of people that are just making it seem like this is the first time they've seen the Flash costume. Yes, I think a majority of us have a problem with the cowl. The cowl looks a little interesting, even though like the texture of it and everything looks cool. And that shot of Ezra, which is right down there right now, you know, that shot looks really cool. Like everything about that looks really cool. But yeah, the cowl is a little. But at the same time, it's probably going to be explained why it looks like that. I mean, obviously, he's running really fast. You got to have that aerodynamic. You're running through the Speed Force. You want to have something. But at the same time, the cowl for, you know, the original cowl for Zack Snyder's Justice League is better. Seems like it fits better. You know, it's just everything about it is better. But I do like the actual suit part and how that all looks. I mean, that looks pretty good. To me, I like it. I dig it. But nothing's, you know, still not beating out that 1991 Flash costume. Just saying. That's right. Mr. Ship. Easy there. All right. So there's a different look at the Flash costume. And Supergirl, too. All right, let's talk about James Wan. Let's go back to the whole Aquaman thing. So recently, I mean, remember at one point they were going to do a spin-off for The Trench. They were going to do a spin-off. I mean, obviously the idea was out there. It got put out in the trades, and everybody's kind of going like, all right, cool, because the trench scene, the whole trench scene in the first Aquaman movie, I think is the best scene of the whole movie. To be honest, that's my favorite sequence. That's my favorite thing. I mean, especially that shot where they have, like, you know, the flare and they're going down and all the fucking creatures are like following them. That shot is so goddamn gorgeous. And again, I commend this guy right here, Mr. James Wan, because that's such a beautiful shot when they're swimming to try to get, and then they're all following. It's such a beautiful shot. Such a gorgeous shot. But that whole thing was like, all right, this is James Wan, guys. This is James Wan right here. This is like he's injecting some horror elements into Aquaman, which is what's needed. The creatures looked freaky. It happened at night. There's a storm happening. It's just Mira and Arthur that have to get to their location, and they're going to get, they have to basically fight off these creatures. Such a great sequence. But yeah, he spoke recently with an interview with a comic book, and this is what he had to actually say right here when it came to the Trench movie that was, of course, scrapped, because it's just one of those things that, again, Warner Brothers just going, green light, green light, green light, green light, green light, and that's what David Zaslav is trying to stop. Hey, stop green lighting every little fucking thing. Can we relax a little bit? But this is what James Wan had to say right here. He said, listen, I feel like everything I come up with, everything I do, if I come up with something that I don't end up using, that doesn't mean that I cannot be inspired to use it in a different way. That's my problem, is I come up with a lot of ideas, and I have so many ideas just percolating. But obviously, I can't use them all. So I would say that all of the different thoughts and ideas I've come up with, I end up using maybe 20 to 30% of them in my work. And so I do have a drawer full of ideas that could develop into something else. So it's like an idea that came out. And then, of course, article I'm reading has that beautiful shot of, all them going after Arthur and Mira right there, which is absolutely fantastic. I just love that fucking shot. Hey, Mr. Everts, you've been a member for 17 months. Hit that like, thumbs up. That's what he has to say right there. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that. Showing the support. Love you, buddy. But anyways, so yeah, when it comes to the Trench idea, I thought that was a beautiful idea. That would have been cool. I think James Wan, of course, would have just remained a producer on it, and he would have brought in some other horror directors, and it could have been absolutely fantastic. But of course, Warner Brothers, fucking Warner Brothers, decided not to do that. But at the same time, what he said right there is all right, I have these ideas, and sometimes I just put them out there, and but do they all get utilized? No, he says 20 to 30%. Even just me trying to come up with ideas for this channel, different ideas. I have ideas I haven't even tried to utilize yet. I've had other ideas, and sometimes things just fall flat. It just doesn't work, It's just what happened. But I think a lot of us were pretty on board for a Trench spin-off movie. And I'm surprised, but at the same time, when we heard about this, HBO Max wasn't a thing yet. So I think if HBO Max was a thing when this idea was pitched, I think it would have landed on HBO Max. Think about it. Look what they're doing to Batman. Matt Reeves is expanding his universe, and there's going to be all these HBO Max streaming shows right here. So imagine if when Aquaman the first one came out, and HBO Max, obviously they were leading to it, but imagine if HBO Max was a thing, they probably would have put it on the streaming service. So, and who knows what's going to be spawned out of this sequel. Maybe something will be spawned out of it where, hey, maybe they can utilize that. Who knows? But we all know that James Wan, after this, he's saying bye-bye to the Aquaman franchise because he does not do third movies. He doesn't do the third movie because he's James Wan, and I respect that. He doesn't want to overstay his welcome, okay? Sad part about it, though, is I've heard that, the new Aquaman movie from what... just putting my ear out there, struggling a little bit when it comes to... Yeah, let's just say it's... I don't know. I just got to remain hey, I'm still going to go watch it when it comes out next year. Hopefully with this time to, take time to do stuff. But, from what I gather, from what I've heard from people that might be in the know is it's not the greatest thing right now. And it's damn, you got to capitalize on that $1 billion to hopefully make another $1 billion. I don't know. We'll see. But, I just haven't heard the greatest things about it. That's for sure. So we'll see. All right. Let's talk about the bullshit. Ugh. Slow news day, because usually, I don't really talk about too much stuff like this, but, I got to talk about this a little bit because I've seen people, tweet about it and quote tweet it and be excited and everything like that. It's this right here, screenshot, guys. That's what it's all about. But yeah, giant freaking robot, okay, which is basically just the new We Got This Covered. By the way, I haven't seen too many We Got This Covered articles that have shown up lately, but they posted this today, which, of course I went, what the fuck, seriously? Ben Affleck has been offered a staggering $30 million payday to come back to the DCEU as Batman and lead the adaptation of Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's right, guys. That's the bullshit that they put out right now. So, what's funny about this is, I saw people, tweet about it and be responding to me like, oh my God. See, certain scoopers are right. They were right. They said it. They called it. Remember when he called it? All right, so... It's just another one of those things because, I think for a little bit there, and I think last year, and many times I said it too, when it came to AT&T and Warner Media, yes, they very much were all about, hey, Ben, you need to come back because people are very much loving your Batman now. I mean, obviously, Matt Reeves was building up his new Batverse, sure. And I said many times, I'm like, they want him back. AT&T, Warner Media, yes, they would love to have Ben Affleck to come back and do his thing, do his Batman script and whatever the fuck, And from what I was gathering, that was the case during that time, a year ago, even though he said he was done. But then all of a sudden, he was like, oh yeah, well, I guess I'm just going to show up in The Flash. But I guess he was mainly done, being the star of one of these big movies, which is what he said. We have quotes from Ben saying that he doesn't want to do these big, huge IP movies anymore because, he's away from his kids way too long and it's just very stressful and everything like that. And, when it comes to his mental health, it's all about mental health. Mental health needs to be talked about more when it comes to a lot of this stuff. When it comes to everything in society, mental health. And when it comes to Ben and his mental health and not going back to drinking, it's it would have been rough. He talked about how, if he were to do his Batman movie, whoever friend that he gave the script to, he said, oh yeah, if you do this, this will kill you. Okay. So you got that. But then, of course, he comes back for Zach, which I was 100%. I knew that Ben Affleck was going to come back for Zach. If Zach needed him, he was going to come back, and that's exactly what he did. And then, of course, he did the Flash movie, too, which a lot of people don't talk about. When they're talking shit about the Flash, it's yeah, but you realize your favorite Batman's going to be in it. That's when we're going to see Batfleck again. So... you're saying this movie's a disaster and cancel it and they call it the flush and all this shit like that. But at the same time, Ben Affleck is praising the shit out of it and saying he had one of the best times that he did playing Batman. We're to the point where he's man, I think I actually figured out how to approach my Batman fully, because when it came to BVS and even Justice League, I mean, that was just a growth spur when it came to that Batman, which was absolutely fantastic. But now now we're going to have a Batman in the Flash that's going to be hey, whoa, this is a Batman who knows where his place is. He's not lost anymore. He knows where he wants to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the character. But it just sounds to me okay, so if Ben wants to come back, it's going to be small roles. It's going to be more of a smaller version. I think he's definitely left the door open to come back as Batman. But to lead a Crisis on Infinite Earths, I mean, that's what's kind of funny too, because I saw people in the fandom kind of go oh yeah, see, it's happening. It's happening. Remember, Zach posted on Thanksgiving. He had the book in the background. I'm yeah, but that was Final Crisis. That's not Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's a different story. I mean, yes, they all kind of, Crisis on Infinite Earths, starts off the whole thing, and then there's more stories to to tackle when it comes to the multiverse and the craziness that's all happening when it comes to all that. Sure. But I mean, it was just kind of funny. I was like, wait a minute. That's not the same book. It's not the same book. And obviously they've done the Crisis on Infinite Earths when it came to CW, which led to the crossover of Ezra Miller coming into the CW and talking to Grant Gustin, which was pretty cool. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just, just one of those other things. And, when it comes to scoopers, certain scoopers are going to be saying like, hey, we told you. We told you. What am I, hey, remember, we told you. We were right. Right? Right. Shut up. Shut up. This is not legit. I mean, from what I gathered from just talking to people that I've talked to, this is not the case. Definitely not the case. Because this is all coming, like, it hasn't even been a week yet since the Warner Brothers Discovery upfront. Hasn't even been a week where we heard about David Zaslav running a super fucking tight ship, and he's like cutting off budgets in half and saying that, hey, any HBO Max original coming out is not going to exceed $35 million in a budget and all this stuff. He's just trying to cut as much funding as possible. You think they're just going to offer like Ben Affleck $30 million? Just think, and Ben is just kind of going, I don't know if I want to come back to do something like this. And I mean, it's just more bullshit. It's just bullshit. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Am I losing my, I hope I'm not losing the quality here. I think we're good. Hope my internet's not like failing you. Okay. That might have just been my feed. All right. Thank you. Anyways. So, what I'm pretty much saying right here is, I mean, when it comes to, when it comes to all this stuff, I mean, obviously, it's like, what I try to remind you guys is like, okay, yeah, you can listen to whatever. Feel free to listen to whatever. If you want to listen to the certain websites like this one right here or other ones where they just say there's certain stuff, go for it. Go for it. But, just kind of vet it. Just vet it. Just kind of connect the dots and like look at it logically. And it's like, as of right now, I mean, what did we hear about Ben Affleck? The last thing that we heard about him. First off, he's got a big time filmography. I mean, he's got future projects. He's got a list of future projects, sure. And then, of course, the biggest thing was the fact that he was going to be doing, him and Matt Damon were going to make that Nike movie about the guys trying to get Michael Jordan to sign on for Nike. Apparently, that's not even going that great either. I don't know. That's just the information I heard. It's like there's been struggles to try to get that project going big time. And, of course, he was supposed to be directing that and starring in it. I think he's supposed to direct it too, right? But anyways, as much as I would love love for this to be the actual case, that, hey, guess what? They're going to do a Crisis on Infinite Earths movie, which doesn't make sense, though, because it's like they just did Crisis on Infinite Earths with all the fucking CW shit, so why do it with a movie? That just sounds like crazy and ridiculous and everything like that. But at the same time, it would be something where like they reference certain things, like when the whole thing happened with Zach, when he posted his turkey and it had the Final Crisis book in the background. It was like, okay, I mean, obviously Zach's not going to do a full-on Final Crisis story, because if you read that book, I mean, there's so many goddamn characters, so many, it's only a reference, just like Batman vs. Superman has a reference of Dark Knight Returns when it comes to the fight and everything. And then, of course, there's, there's Birthright, and, there's Death of Superman. There's all the things that they pull from it, obviously. But, I mean, as much as I would love for this to be the case, it's not, because right now Warner Brothers Discovery is running a very tight ship. Like I said, Zaslav cutting off budgets, cutting off things, and just totally shelving a bunch of ideas, because he wants to make sure that Warner Media, HBO Max, and everything like that they don't want to turn into what Netflix is turning into, which is, of course, having that cash flow problem, where they're kind of struggling, and that's why they're canceling a lot of shit, and they're losing subscribers. The stock's going down. He's trying to course correct as much as possible, and I don't think like throwing $30 million at an actor who's kind of like, I don't know if I want to do a full-on Batman thing again. I don't think that's not too smart. It's not too smart. It's not too smart. So you just got to watch out for the bullshit. But I just couldn't believe when I saw a bunch of people just still tweeting about it. Like, yep, that's right. It's happening, guys. So-and-so called it. They called it. Remember? Like 5 months ago. If you want to go down the rabbit hole of whatchamacallit, let's see right here. Let's see if I can find it right here. I tweeted about it. Yeah. If you want to go down the rabbit hole of giant frickin' robot, they don't have a good track record, okay? If you think they're a legitimate source, because this guy right here said, "Oh, they were right about Zod returning for the Flash." I'm like, okay, but what about Zazie Beetz returning as Domino in Doctor Strange 2? Did that happen? No. Exclusive! Matt Reeves eyed by Kevin Feige for Dark Marvel project. Exclusive! Exclusive! Robin movie in development. I love the fact that they use Chris O'Donnell's Robin. Yeah. Have we heard about that? This was 5 months ago. Nothing. Well, how about this? Harrison Ford is returning as Han Solo. Exclusive! Jesus Christ. That's all you got to do. Go to their website, type in exclusives, and see all the BS. Yeah. Are they going to get some things right every now and again? Sure. A broken clock is right, what, twice a day? Right? The old saying, whatever the fuck that saying is. Of course that's going to happen. But if you go down that rabbit hole, all you're going to see a majority of articles that say exclusive, so-and-so, big name actor, has a role in the MCU, a big role or something like that. I don't know. I actually, before the show, I was, looking it up. When I was sending those screenshots, I was looking it up. I'm like, damn. I looked at all the exclusives, and there's so many exclusives where they say, a big name actor, it has a role in the MCU or something like that. So many. So yeah, every now and again, things are going to happen. They're going to get it right. But at the same time, you just got to just look at it and be like, all right, giant freaking robot, not happening. We got this covered, not going to happen. It just, I don't know what the whole thing when it comes to how they run their website. I don't know. I don't get it. They just kind of just make things up, it sounds like, or they just have really bad intel. But when it comes to the whole scooping game, if I see scoopers that are seeing articles like this to totally just be like, see, who told you? I did. Fuck you. I mean, really, that's not a credible fucking website that's going to be, that's saying that out there. But, and again, I would love to be wrong, guys. I would love to be wrong. That's the thing. I'm the opposite of a scooper. I would love to be wrong. Okay? They are just scoopers out there. They just want to be right. They want to be right so bad. Hopefully we're right. I'm like, I hope I'm wrong. I would always hope that I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will fucking admit it. They don't quite do that when they're wrong. Just saying. Don't step in the bullshit, guys. Don't step in the bullshit. Okay. Let's go to the Twitter questions. Let's see what we got here. Alrighty. Mr. Eric Blake. Hey, Dave, here's a question. Has there ever been a movie series character you've really wanted to be? Which characters got that reaction from you the most? I would say, Batman or Ethan Hunt. That's how much I love the Mission Impossible series that, I wanted to be Ethan Hunt also. But, of course, I wanted to be Batman. But Ethan Hunt was up there, too. Captain Gator Girl, Nikki. Hey, Dave, I heard a rumor that WBD no longer want Ben and the new DCU will actually be led by these guys. Guess who's back again. Slim Shady's back. That's right. Hey, why not? Have Dr. Dre and fucking Eminem star in a superhero movie. Let's do it. Have you seen the Spiderhead trailer yet? Interesting. I actually haven't watched that. Thank you for reminding me there, Ryan. I forgot about this. I saw it show up like over the weekend or last week, and I totally forgot to check it out. So I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you for reminding me. You know, Netflix, even though they're, not doing so well when it comes to stuff and they have a lot of bullshit, they do have some pretty good winners when it comes to these bigger movies. They're just going to have to put them out in fucking theaters, man. Carrie, Dave, do you buy Hamada's testimony that Heard's chemistry issues with Mamoa? Or do you think it's PR BS to not have to deal with the negativity around her? Aside from his smart-ass chuckle about Zach, his testimony seemed pretty much what I anticipated. You know what? It probably is a cop-out. I think it's probably more to that because nobody really talks about it. I mean, it's always interesting because it's like if your two leads didn't have the best of chemistry, which, it wasn't like it was dreadful. They still had chemistry. It just, I felt it wasn't that strong. I thought it was like a little weak. It did feel a little weak, but at the same time, this movie made over $1 billion. It's like, who gives a fuck? So I think it was a little bit of a, I think it was a little bit of BS. I do think it was PR BS, to be honest, so. Because it's like, hey, $1 billion. You just go with it. You just go with it, Cooper Knox, maybe the 45 different screenwriters for The Flash are just 45 different versions of The Flash fighting each other trying to get this damn movie out. You could be right there, Cooper Knox. It's a good point. Niner for life. Oh, you're seeing Top Gun tonight, you lucky son of a bee. I know, a lot of people have been seeing it. I probably could have had the chance to see it early too, but I was just, I like to do my show, so I didn't get to see it. I already have tickets for Thursday at 6 p.m. Can't wait. So, So hopefully you enjoyed it, bud. I like that jacket. It's a good jacket. It's a good bomber jacket. I like a good bomber jacket. Let's see. Q with his philosophical, is consciousness an emergent property of the brain or a fundamental property of matter? Man, I don't know how to answer that one. I probably have to smoke something if I try to answer that one. Just saying. I don't know what the fuck this is. Something random shit you found on Discord.
I am the Lorax. I speak for the trees. And for some fucking reason, they're speaking Vietnamese.
Whoa. Lay off the cheap whiskey there, buddy. Okay, well, that's random. And yes, there's a lot of random shit when it comes to stuff out there. All right, well, that was pretty cool. I have no idea what the fuck that was. Good times. So stop calling it the flush. You're gonna get put in timeout. Call it the flush. Stop it. Stop calling it the flush. All right, ladies and gents. That's it for tonight's show. Appreciate you guys spending some time with me as per usual. Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up before you leave. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. If you want to become a member, tomorrow we do a post-show members-only stream. I'll hopefully have a little bit more tea. I'll have a little bit more tea for the members for tomorrow. That I won't say full on in public, but I'll give the members some tea. Please join the Patreon if you want to do that too. If you want to, you got put in timeout by Jose. You can join that too. We'll see if maybe there's a possibility I might be doing the Patreon stream this weekend. We'll see what happens. Let me figure that out. It is Memorial Day weekend, so it could be a good time to do it. So we'll see if that happens or not. But do all that stuff. Make sure you're doing all that. We got the Film Junkie closet down below if you want to get some merchandise. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same Film Junkie time, same Film Junkie channel. All right, guys. Talk to you later.